संस्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे। My respectful pranams to revered Swami Satyavidanandaji Maharaj. My namaskars to Brahmachari Akhanda Chaitanya Ji Maharaj. My salutation to Principal of Vivekananda College and all my dear friends. We have assembled here in memory of Swami Ramakrishnananda, who was one of the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna and a brother disciple of Swami Vivekananda. Sri Ramakrishna was declared as the Yugavatara or the incarnation of this age by Swami Vivekananda. As we find in our holy scripture, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says that whenever dharma or righteousness declines and adharma prevails, I incarnate myself for the re-establishment of dharma and for the protection of those who follow that dharma, who are good and holy people. So Sri Ramakrishna was born for that purpose. As India was under slavery for around 1,000 years and we had lost our individuality, as it were. We got a slavish mentality and forgot our dharma, our strength as a nation, the culture which our rishis and munis, the great souls of India, had given to us. All these we had forgotten. So these had to be revived and we had to rise as a nation. The strength and power of our ancient country had to be revived. And all of us are heirs of that spiritual heritage. So to remind us, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna was born in India. And he realized all those spiritual truths, those universal truths which were given in our scriptures, in our Vedas, in our Upanishads, Puranas, and all other scriptures. It is not just an intellectual understanding, it is direct experience of those truths. And these truths were taught by Sri Ramakrishna to his direct disciples, beginning from Swami Vivekananda, Swami Brahmananda, Swami Yogananda, Swami Ramakrishnananda, and so on. And these disciples were called Parshadas, who were his torch bearers for the whole world. The foremost among them was Swami Vivekananda, who first traveled throughout India to spread the message of his great Guru, Sri Ramakrishna. And what was this main message? The main message is the divinity of every human being, the divinity inherent in all of us. Swamiji said that religion is the manifestation of divinity already in man. My ideal indeed can be put in a few words, and that is to preach unto mankind their divinity and how to make it manifest in every movement of life. So Swamiji gave this goal and purpose of our life. He said, each soul is potentially divine and the goal is to manifest this divinity within. So the power which is behind the whole universe is also within each one of us. That strength, that power of the divine is already in us. We only have to manifest it. So this message of strength had to be delivered to the whole world. And Swami Vivekananda, in his travels, he came to Chennai, which was called Madras at that time. And it was the youngsters of Madras who first identified this great Swami and saw in him the personality who can represent Hinduism or Hindu Dharma on the world stage at the Chicago Parliament of Religions. And by their inspiration, Swamiji went to Chicago and he gave his message to the whole world, which was accepted with full enthusiasm by the Western countries, especially America, and then Europe as well. And when Swamiji returned to India in 1897, these disciples in Madras, they requested him that a permanent center should be started in Madras where the message given by Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda should be perpetuated for all time to come. And for this reason, Swami Vivekananda sent Swami Ramakrishnananda or Shashi Maharaj to Madras. So this is the background. How Shashi Maharaj came to Madras. He was born as Shashi Bhushan Chakravarti in a small village called Ichhapur in West Bengal. On 13th July 1863. And he studied in Kolkata and came under the influence of Keshav Chandra Sen, who was the leader of Brahmo Samaj. And in same Brahmo Samaj, the other members were Swami Vivekananda and Swami Brahmananda and so on. Means as young boys, they were just 18 or 19 years old. And it was Keshav Chandra Sen who first recognized the greatness of Sri Ramakrishna and started writing about him, speaking about him. And all the youngsters of Bengal, young students, especially college-going students like you, they came to know about Sri Ramakrishna. And Shashi and his cousin brother Sharat, both of them came to Dakshineshwar, where Sri Ramakrishna was staying. And within few days, they could recognize that Sri Ramakrishna was not an ordinary human being. He was indeed a manifestation or embodiment of God in his full form, full manifestation. And that divinity, Sri Ramakrishna had the power to impart it to his disciples. And Shashi too got that spiritual strength and knowledge and power from Sri Ramakrishna. But Shashi's peculiar trait was that of service to the Guru. He was not inclined so much into other spiritual practices, but he was fully dedicated to service to the Guru as his main path. So as he was serving the Guru, he got everything from Sri Ramakrishna. And that is the reason, seeing his dedicated service, Swami Vivekananda gave the name Swami Ramakrishnananda to him, because he was as if the embodiment of Sri Ramakrishna himself. And after coming to the south, he was first staying at Castle Karnan, Ice House, which is now called Vivekananda Illam. For few months he stayed there, but afterwards it was auctioned out. So he had to search for a permanent abode of Ramakrishna Mutt, which was finally found at Mylapore, where at present Ramakrishna Mutt, Chennai is situated. And with the inspiration of Swami Ramakrishnananda, all other institutions, various institutions like our Ramakrishna Mission Students' Home, Vivekananda College, then various schools at T Nagar, and other institutions in the south also came into existence. So Swami Ramakrishnananda, as Swami Brahmananda called him, was the angel for the south. He was the messenger of Sri Ramakrishna for South India. And as a true messenger, he traveled throughout South India, from Chennai to Trivandrum, to Cochin, to Bangalore, to Mysore, and Andhra Pradesh, everywhere, and tried to start various centers and propagate the message, inspiring the people into devotion, knowledge of our scriptures, and so on. And his main thrust was on service to the poor and needy. He was so compassionate that he couldn't bear the suffering of people, because he was experiencing that truth which is taught in our scriptures and which was taught by Sri Ramakrishna also, that God resides in every human being. As Gita says, Ishvara sarva bhutanam hriddeshe Arjuna tishtati. Usually we think of God as sitting somewhere high up in the sky and looking after us and managing this world. It is not like that. God is within all of us. Every human being is a manifestation of that divinity. But because of ignorance, we are not able to realize it. So this ignorance can go only when we serve the poor, the needy, wholeheartedly, looking upon them as manifestation of the divine. When this service is done, our heart becomes purified and we are able to behold that divinity which is already in us. So Swami Ramakrishnananda started so many service activities. This Ramakrishna Mission Students' Home is a greatest example of that, where the orphans from Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and nearby areas are given shelter. They are taught completely free for even up till higher education, and they are giving placements in good institutions. So in this way, by serving the poor and the needy, as Swami Vivekananda taught, Swami Ramakrishnananda established the religion of the modern age, which is service to mankind as service to God. Shiva Jnane Jiva Seva, as Swami Vivekananda, as Sri Ramakrishna taught and was also taught by Swami Vivekananda. And another path which was exemplified in the life of Swami Ramakrishnananda was dedicated worship of God. He used to see God as a living reality. Whenever he went to any temple or a holy place, he used to feel that divinity. It is not just an image that he saw. He saw the living presence of God. And when he made pranams, it was a sight to see. They used to feel that he's actually seeing the living God and he's prostrating himself to that God. And when he used to do the arati of Sri Ramakrishna, everyone felt the presence of the divine in that place, because it was that much concentration and devotion in his worship. So worship became a living reality when it was done by Swami Ramakrishnananda, and he inspired all those who came in contact with him to do that kind of worship. Next was study of scriptures. Swami Ramakrishnananda traveled throughout Madras giving classes on Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam and other scriptures. First of all, there were a lot of enthusiasm and people used to attend most of his classes. But slowly the enthusiasm reduced. But still, he never faltered from going to different places to spread the message of our Vedas, Vedanta, Gita and Upanishads. And also the life and message of Sri Ramakrishna. And finally, what we have to learn from the life of Swami Ramakrishnananda, that is dedication to the ideal which he has chosen for his life. All of us have to ask ourselves, what is the goal and purpose of our life? What is the ideal for which we are living? Because this ideal is like a rudder which will direct our life. The ideal which Swami Ramakrishnananda got from his Guru Sri Ramakrishna was this realization of divinity and living the life in such a way, manifesting that divinity so that all those who come around should also feel that divine bliss and they too should be uplifted. Swami Vivekananda put that ideal in the words, Atmano mokshartham jagat hitaya cha, for our own freedom as well as for the welfare of the world. This Atmano mokshartham or moksha is said to be the Parama Purushartha, the supreme goal of human life in our scriptures. But it was found that those who entertain that idea sometimes tend to become selfish. So the Swami Vivekananda added the second part too, Jagat Hitaya Cha, the welfare of whole humanity. So as we serve humanity selflessly, looking upon them as the manifestation of God, our mind gets purified. And with that purity of mind, we realize our own divinity, our own freedom, and we become free. And for this, we have to develop the strengths. Swami Vivekananda used to say, we have to first of all, as students especially, we have to develop physical strength, mental strength, intellectual strength, character strength or moral strength, and finally, spiritual strength. Physical strength he used to call Bahubala. Through exercise, good food, and whatever possible, we have to develop, keep our physique strong. Then mental strength, increasing our willpower by taking challenges, by overcoming obstacles in our life. We should not be afraid of anything. Be fearless was his message to all youngsters. Develop this mental strength and go forward to achieve the goal of your life. And intellectual strength, of course, you are students, you will be studying the various subjects which are taught in your college and developing your intellectual strength. Then moral strength or character strength. This moral strength comes from following the basic principles of truth, truthfulness, purity, unselfishness, and so on. And finally, the spiritual strength. As our scriptures say, that human being is not just a psychophysical entity. Behind this body and mind is the soul, the Atman, the spirit, whose nature is pure consciousness, Shuddha Chaitanyam. And realizing this Atman, we gain the spiritual strength by which we develop the power to face all the challenges of life. Swamiji used to say that call upon the sleeping soul and see how it awakes. Power will come, glory will come, purity will come, goodness will come, and all that is best will come if this sleeping soul is awakened to self-conscious activity. So that is the goal of our life. To awaken that divinity, to manifest that divinity which is already in us. And from the life of Swami Ramakrishnananda, Shashi Maharaj, we find that how a person single-handedly, see, when he came to Madras, he had nothing with him, no money, no place to stay, means of his own. He was staying somewhere with the help of his devotees. And finally, after many years of dedicated service, he could gain all that we are seeing today. How Ramakrishna Mutt has developed so many centers in the south is a living example of the dedicated service of Swami Ramakrishnananda. As Swami Vivekananda would always say, arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. That goal is to realize the divine within us and to help others also do the same. And Swami Ramakrishnananda is the living example who realized it and manifested that divinity for the good of mankind. So with this, I rest my words. Thank you all for your patience here.